How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Candyman 1992.
Times.
In cities everywhere,
Candyman.
they whisper his name.
Right. Candyman.
It's just a story.
Candyman.
This movie stars Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen. This movie is based on the story The Forbidden Maid, are created by Clive Barker himself. Clive Barker is responsible for the Hellraiser movies, at least the first two, and the Hellraiser books. Our main character's name is Helen, which is played by Virginia Madsen. She is basically a grad student. She's researching the whole lore of Candymans because her research is all about like going deep into folklores pretty much, and Candyman is pretty much one of her subjects that she's researching on. Her and her friend goes to where Candyman pretty much resides or kind of lives, and of course she doesn't believe in the legend of the Candyman, so she is pretty much trying to prove a point to her thesis that Candyman's not real, which kind of makes things worse for the people that lives there and for Candyman, because Candyman's kind of like Freddy Krueger. If the people doesn't believe Candyman anymore, if he thinks just nothing but a superstition, Candyman pretty much loses powers, because Candyman is pretty much a supernatural entity in this movie that kills people one by one. But they do explore Candyman's origin in this movie. I don't want to spoil his origin. Let's just say that he was wrong. He was accused. He was burned alive, and people put bees all over him back after the Civil War days. And for what reason, I'm not gonna tell you why, because it's a spoiler. And it gives you away pretty much the plot or his goal in this movie. So I'm not gonna spoil that. But that's pretty much the gimmick of his origin. But of course, when bad things happen to Helen, when she's wrongly accused for murder, of course she goes into prison. She gets sentenced to jail. The police doesn't believe her. Not even her friends believe her. So pretty much no one believes her that Candyman's the one who's doing these strings of murders. And like I said, Candyman, he's not killing Helen for a reason. So that's pretty much the plot of a nutshell. Just Helen is just a reporter. She's just trying to get a good thesis for her folklore tales about Candyman and trying to prove a point that he's nothing but a superstition. Like I said, he's like Freddy Krueger. He pretty much, if people doesn't believe him, he loses powers. If people do believe him, he gains power over these people and he kills them one by one. And like I said, he was wrongly accused too back in the 1800s. That's how he was tortured, burned alive, and he comes back as a vengeful spirit pretty much.
Just a ghost story.
Candyman. An entire community starts attributing the daily horrors of their lives to a mythical figure.
The legend first appeared in...
So what did I think about this movie? This movie is pretty disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. This movie is disturbing. It's a classic, and it's good. So this is the only movie I've seen. I should have watched the sequels before watching the new one, but for now, I'm just going to focus on this movie, the original 1992 classic, and then I'm going to watch the new one that's going to come out in theaters pretty soon. But yes, I haven't seen the sequels. I haven't seen Candyman 2 or 3, but I've been told that they suck anyways, and it's just pretty bad. So that's what I've been told, but I'm still going to watch the sequels and see what it's about. But yeah, this movie is really disturbing. The characters in this movie is well developed. I like the Helen character. She's pretty cool. She has a motivation. She has a goal for this movie. You can relate to this character in certain ways. Tony Todd, especially Tony Todd, he plays the infamous Candyman. Tony Todd, he was in other movies such as Final Destination, The Crow. So he's and the Night of the Living Dead, Tom Savini remake, which is a really good remake if you guys haven't seen that one. But yes, Tony Todd is a really good actor, and he fits this role perfectly as the antagonist Candyman. He is Candyman, so which is really dope. I'm just crossing my fingers that Tony Todd comes back for the new one. I heard his voice in the trailer, but we'll see how that movie goes. And fun fact, Ted Raimi's in this movie, the younger brother of Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi is the director of the Evil Dead trilogy. So Ted Raimi, he was the old lady, or the old demonic lady in Evil Dead 2, and he also played some henchman dude or some some criminal in the Sam Raimi's Darkman featuring Liam Neeson. So he's in this movie, which is really cool. That's just a fun fact. And I guess, like I said, there's other characters in this movie, of course. There's a mother and a son. The baby's named Anthony. I'm assuming the baby is the same dude for the new movie, for the sequel, named Anthony. That's how the two movies are connected. I guess is when he grows up in this new movie, and he's a baby in this movie. So it's the same character. That's what I'm trying to say.
Appeared in 1890. He was attacked, mutilated, and burned to death. Poor Candyman.
Helen, a woman died in there. Leave it.
Everyone knows he isn't real.
That's modern.
Yeah, like I like the plot for this movie. Like I said, you feel for the characters. Even though Candyman is bad, you kind of feel for him when they reveal the full details of his origin story, which I'm not going to spoil. But once you watch the movie and then see what Candyman's coming from, you'll understand his point of view and why he's a vengeful spirit. And yeah, the characters are well developed. The score, the music for this movie is good. The gore, the special effects in this movie is disturbing, wild, and it's just gory fun. I love it. There's a lot of twists and turns in this movie I did not expect. Yeah, it's just a really good movie. This movie is a classic, a cult classic, I should say. If you guys haven't seen Candyman, if you're gonna watch the new Candyman movie, I probably recommend watching this movie first. I think it should be on Tubi, but I'm not quite certain. But yes, if you guys haven't seen Candyman, check it out now. It's one of the best 90s horror movies like ever, in my opinion. That's how good it is. It's just a classic. It's a gem. I love it. I mean, yeah, it's not like a perfect movie. It does have some cheesy moments here and there, but I mean, it's still a disturbing movie.
Folklore.
Everyone. Except Helen Lyle.
Bring it up. It ain't safe around here.
I don't scare too easy.
Don't know about Ruthie Jean? They ain't never gonna catch him.
Who?
Candyman.
So I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. This movie's good. I enjoyed it. It was really, really good. So one of these days, I still have to watch the sequels. So that was my quick review of Candyman 1992. I highly recommend this movie for any horror fan. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Who is that?
I came for you.
Do I know you?
Now she is about to discover
Helen? Get out! Get out!
what's behind the mystery.
I'm sick.
What's behind the legend.
Listen, he's under the bed!
And most terrifying of all,
Come with me.
what's behind the mirror.
He's here.
Candyman, you don't have to believe.